Bucks. This is EclipseBat here again with another battle with Gamer20k. This is the second match of the 2 out of 3 matches that we had at the Pokemon Day in Thunder World. So let's just get straight into this. I'm gonna lead off with Chinchino. He's gonna lead off with Cloyster. I go for the Bullet Seed, and I am hoping that I get a critical hit in one of them, because if I do, I can take out this Cloyster. Unfortunately, I do not, so he's gonna go for the Icicle Spear, and the life orb damage that I took from the Bullet Seed actually was a factor into if he could kill me or not. Because if I didn't get the life orb damage, I would have lived that, and he would have been a dead Cloyster. But I go into Diana here, who is Choice Bandit, and I am going to go for the Shadow Sneak here. So that's pretty good on my part. So Cloyster goes down. If he had Shell Smashed, that would have been death for me. He goes out to Greninja. I do not want to take a Dark Pulse here, because then my Greninja, my Aegislash would be gone. So I am going to switch into Forever, who can take this Dark Pulse nicely, but it does have, so I'm like, damn, my nigga. He is going to switch fearing the Will-O-Wisp, but I did fake him out because I used Recover. And I did use Taunt on him because I was fearing the Swords Dance. I didn't want my team swept. But he does a good play predicting that and goes for the U-turn, and that does a decent amount of damage to my Sableye. So that's good on his part. He switches out to his Ampharos. At the time, I did not think this Pokemon would not be a threat. I did not think Mega Ampharos would be a threat to my team, until I've seen what happened to my Ampharos after I Will-O-Wisp them. And the tragedy that is Mega Ampharos made me rethink about Mega Ampharos' ability in competitive battling. Oh my god. So I bring in the T-Tar here. I faked him out thinking I was going to go for the Earthquake, but I knew he was going to switch, so I went straight for the Dragon Dance. He sent out his Blue Bunny, and after the Dragon Dance, I did not want any part of this Pokemon, so I am going to switch out. And I am going to switch out into my Rotom Wash here, because I know Rotom could take anything that this Pokemon was about to dish out. He honestly should have just went for the Play Rough, because Play Rough would have been super effective against Tyranitar, and it probably would have killed my Rotom Wash. But it didn't, and I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp here because I am faster. But he is going to go do a decent amount of damage with the burned Play Rough here. If I wasn't burned, if he wasn't burned, I probably would have died. And that's pretty great for me, actually. So I am gonna go for the, what did I go for? I think I went for the Volt Switch here because I wanted to kill him off. I want to finish off the Azumarill, but he did switch into his Ampharos, which is a good play on his part because I think he still needs his Azumarill. So I do go for Tyranitar. I faked him out again thinking I was going to go for the Dragon Dance, but I did go for the Earthquake because I thought he wasn't going to switch. So he switches though, and he hits Greninja. I know Tyranitar could take anything Greninja could deal out at this point, unless it was Hydro Pump. So I do go for the Earthquake and kill it because that's a big threat out of the way. And he sends out his Blue Bunny, and I do not want to switch it to my Rotom Wash because at this point, Tyranitar is just fodder. So at this point, I am going to go into... Did I go to the Rotom Wash? Yes, I went to Rotom Wash because I know I could take the Aqua Jet, and I go for the Hydro Pump because I did not want to use Volt Switch on anything. I didn't want to switch on his next Pokemon because I know he had Politoed in the back. So I didn't want any other Pokemon other than Rotom Wash to face him because I do carry the Confuse Ray, and I know my chances with the hacks of Confuse Ray is high, so I do go for the Confuse Ray. And like I said, my chances of Confuse Ray putting people in hacks is high. So he does hit himself with Confusion. And I am going to go for the Will-O-Wisp here because I want to wear down his Politoed. And at this point, it's bad for him because he gets hit with the Confusion again. So I'm like, yes, let's go. And like I said, I do not want to Volt Switch out to take... I don't want to Volt Switch out into any Pokemon because I don't want to take a Scald or a Hydro Pump in the rain from Politoed, so I am going to go for the Hydro Pump. Even in the rain, that does a good amount of damage, but it doesn't matter. He goes for the Scald, and I do live that like an absolute boss, so I'm pretty hyped there. But at this point, I thought Volt Switch was about to kill him because of the burn damage, so I do go for the Volt Switch here, and it almost kills him right there. So I bring out Aegislash because I'm in defense form, and I thought he was gonna go for Scald, but he went for the Toxic, and I'm glad I switched into Aegislash there. So he dies by the burn damage, and he's gonna bring in his Talonflame. I am gonna go for the Choice Banded Shadow Sneak, and that does fairly a good amount of damage, I guess. He does go for the Flare Blitz, and had it not been raining, he waited one more turn, it would have killed me. But thank you, Politoed, for the rain. He switches out to his Ampharos, and scouting out this Shadow Snake against Ampharos will tell me if I won the battle or not, and it told me I did win the battle because burn damage made it so that I can kill his Ampharos. His Talonflame can revenge kill my Aegislash, but then I do have the Gengar, in which is very frail, so if Talonflame happens to knock out that Gengar, the recoil damage will kill Talonflame, and I do have my Rotom Wash left, so that leaves me a good clean 1-0, so that it's GG Gamer20k. I had fun with those 2 battles. So yeah, guys, comment, rate, subscribe, all that good shit, and I'll see you bubs later. Peace.